Hey everyone, welcome to another video on Blender Geometry Nodes. In this video, we are going to see about set position node. This is one of the geometry write nodes. We'll be writing some new property to the geometry. I release new videos on a weekly basis. Please subscribe to my channel so that you will be notified when I upload a new video. This is Jay from CJ Academy. Let's start. So I have the default workspace, my custom workspace. I will share the link in the description how to set up your own workspace. In today's video, we're going to see about geometry write set position node. If you see the node, it takes a geometry input. You can control it based on some selections. Of course, by position value. Also, you can control the offset value. And with the new changed value, you can bring the geometry out. Instead of a cube, let's go for a grid to start with the basic. So you can change the value of this grid node and then pass on to the next node or maybe get it to the output. Set position controls each point's location. Okay, so we have a greater control when we have more subdivisions or more points. For that reason, let's bring in a subdivide mesh. Let's duplicate it one more time because the subdivision works differently based on how you subdivide it. If you just subdivide twice in single node, it behaves differently. If you insert more than one subdivision mesh and kind of exponentially change it, it behaves in a different way. This will affect the output of the set position node. Okay, now we have around 81 points. So let's say we want to offset on the z-axis. So normally you can put it to normal. Now everything is moved up. But let's say you want to control the selection. This is based on the index because index is the constant value that doesn't change, which is in this column, and control this with a compare node. Control the selection using a compare node. You have to observe a little bit here. So here, if I connect like directly like this, you see a color gradient happening because this is an index value, integer, and what it's taking is a boolean. So it takes either 0 or 1, that's it. But the compare node takes a value. It can take float, integer, anything, but the result is actually a boolean value. So when you connect this, you don't see a color gradient. That means 1:1, same value is being transferred. So any node, anywhere you connect, even here or here, if you connect two different value sockets, you will see a color gradient. That means there is a conversion happening implicitly. See? Okay. So that you have to be careful. It is important for set position node to understand it. It will give different values based on the connection you make. So here we are doing a proper selection value and index I have given. So let's put the index maybe to B. Okay. And what we are saying here is put this to integer, connect again and say anything greater than 0 offset it. And this is the index. So we have 81 points. So 81 points it will take individually greater than 0. You can see, you can observe what is happening. As I move the input for the selection, each point is taken and offset on the normal axis. And after every index is done, it is moved to the z-axis. So this is kind of like a Venom kind of effect where every single particle is moving up in a direction and then completes the transformation. Now let's little bit elaborate this with a cube. Okay, what happens if I add a cube? Let's increase the subdivision one step in both places. You see, little bit of difference is happening. And if I control the value here, okay, maybe let's add this as a detailing. Okay, let's change this value to detailing and default can be 1, minimum can be 0 because there is no value behind 0 for index, and maximum, let's say we'll keep it below 5000. I don't think we'll go beyond that. Okay, and you will have this value here as a control point. Now let's control this. So you see, we have actually made a object with all the points on first level selected and it is extruded or offset in their own normal direction. That's why the edges are going in a different direction. After it completes the first round, now it is adding geometries in between those already extruded ones, and then you're getting a different geometry. So more like a sharp edges. Observe here, now I have given greater than. What if happens if I go for small less than? Now you get a completely different object. We are just changing the type of selection what we are doing. So now if you move from the beginning, what you get is no sharp edges. It's all because how that's how the subdivision is done. So subdivision is done one after the other. So you're getting filled in values for the greater than. The result value will be same for both. Now if I go for greater than and go hit the maximum is 1.5k, 1.5k points. Then if I go for 1600, this is the result of the final object what you will. But you can control the object creation or whatever you want in between with this kind of setup. See, like this. Okay, now let's see the same setup using a sphere, UV sphere. UV sphere. See the difference? Now, if for UV sphere, you might get more points, so you have to control that's too much. Let's reduce this. Yeah, around. And if you remember, we kept the detailing level at 5000. We already have more than that. So let's increase this to 8000. So we'll get the maximum points. Okay. Now, same thing if you do, you get a different kind of object. So get kind of a sharp edges ball, and then it will fill the remaining areas also. Will start filling, and you start getting a different well. I remember this as singularity in the Interstellar movie. In the climax, what we get. So you see, if you go inside that, what you see is the compartments of one kid's the whole life. So if you come see outside, kind of getting that kind of object result. If you hit the maximum, you get further subdivision. So it's even better. So now it's completing. Now it's completing the offset. But yeah, so this is getting kind of a singularity effect. See, it already started filling here. That's why you're seeing that. So a lot of things you can do with set position node. Understand set position node can affect every single point of that geometry. Okay, so when you go for set position node, how many points you have, that is the effect you will get. So the more points, more control you have based on the selection. You can even play around with this even better, and what you want to do, whether you want to change the position of it or just offset it, you can do anything you want. The set position can be used in a lot of places, and this is one of the most used node, let's say, for any of the advanced geometry creation, even for trees, branches, and anything. That's it about the set position node. If you find this video useful, please like it, share it with your friends. If you want me to cover any specific topic in Blender, please let me know in the comment section. If you have any questions about this topic also, feel free to ask in the comments. Please subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in another cool video. Thank you. Bye.